Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Sunday Movie News brought to you by FlickDirect. You guys know the drill. Throughout the week I go through the world of movie news to see what stood out to me the very most, and then I give you guys my personal take on the matter. I am your host, Austin Putnam, and let's jump into the first story, which involves Disney's live-action remake of Aladdin. As we all know, Disney is planning, I believe, to remake all of their animation classics. Most recently, they did The Jungle Book, and the most recent one, Beauty and the Beast, which I loved. And now I believe their next one coming up is Aladdin. It's either that or it's Mulan, but Aladdin is currently in the talks right now, or it's currently in the movie stratosphere, talking sphere. Where the hell am I going with this? Basically what I'm trying to get at is that a story came up that made everybody on the internet blow the up. And that is, get this, Will Smith is in talks to play the Genie in the Aladdin remake. Which first made me think, hell no. Now before I go on, I just want to say this right now. I love Will Smith. I think Will Smith is one of the best actors working out there. He's charismatic, he's fun-loving, and every time I see him on screen, he is a joy to watch. But here's the thing, when it comes to Aladdin, you cannot replace Robin Williams as the Genie. You just can't do that. It's pretty much an impossible task. But then I started to think about it when I heard this. I heard that before that they approached Will Smith, Kevin Hart was approached to play the Genie, which then made me think, you know what? Maybe Will Smith isn't a bad choice. Now think about the Genie. What makes the Genie such a fun person to watch on screen? The Genie's charisma, at least I believe so, because I haven't seen Aladdin in the longest time, but I remember the Genie being the most charismatic person in Disney. And you know what? Who better to play the Genie for a remake than Will Smith? I mean, sure you could say The Rock, but honestly, as much as I love The Rock, I can't see that voice coming out of the Genie. Will Smith, however, I can hear the voice coming out of the Genie, and you know what? I think that Will Smith is probably the best we're going to get for a new version of the Genie that's going to make Robin Williams proud. I believe Will Smith is probably the best choice of action on this thing. Get ready to be bombarded by superhero news, because superhero stuff was the thing that just came out this week besides the Will Smith thing. So first is some news on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Two different things when it comes to Guardians. The first one is that James Gunn has stated that he will return to write and direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which makes me very happy because, for one thing, Guardians of the Galaxy is a very weird Marvel film. It's different than anything that Marvel has done before, and I guarantee that Taika Waititi is doing the same thing with Thor Ragnarok. But when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy, it's just something that's just so out there. When it comes to James Gunn, all of his work is so out there. I mean, if you've seen Super, Slither especially, but I mean, Super is probably one of the most underrated superhero films I've ever seen. And I can't really see anybody else doing this out there superhero movie other than James Gunn. Hearing what James Gunn said only made me think that James Gunn is really the only person to do this. It makes me very happy that we have a director that wants to end the Guardian story well and without having a more tacked on version of a sequel. So I'm very happy about that. And not just that, but the soundtrack for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 has been released on Spotify. Let me actually look up the songs really quick. Give me just 1 second, guys. Alright guys, now here is the official track list for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for Awesome Mix Volume 2. Now if you don't want to know any of the music, go to this section right here in the video because I'm going to spoil the song names. But I'm not going to actually listen to the soundtrack until I see the film. But among the tracks are Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra, Fox on the Run, sweet, I love that song. The Chain by Fleetwood Mac, My Sweet Lord by George Harrison, Surrender by Cheap Trick, I love that James Gunn put that band in there. And that is among the 14 tracks. If you guys want to hear the rest, link will be in the description below. But I loved Awesome Mix Volume 1, and I'm very excited to hear Awesome Mix Volume 2 when I see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters. If you guys actually do want to listen to the soundtrack before it hits theaters, it is on Spotify right now, so guys, go check it out. Now, coming up is something that Kevin Feige said in an interview. When asked about Doctor Strange 2 and if Scott Derrickson will return, Kevin Feige commented saying, "We don't even know if there's going to be a sequel yet." And as a matter of fact, he doesn't even know if it's going to be called Phase 4 yet. Because so far, there's only 3 phases so far in the MCU. And there are 2 more films slated to come out after Infinity War, the sequel, comes out. And that is, I believe, Guardians Volume 3 and the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. But as we all know right now, the end of Phase 3 is the Infinity War sequel. Now, if you ask me, I think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe should stop after Infinity War because honestly, Infinity War is like the big game thing. It's a thing that the MCU has been building up to. And personally, I don't think that the MCU should keep going after you know, Infinity War, especially after I've been told from my friend Lucas about what happens in the Infinity War comics. I won't spoil it for you guys, but my friend Lucas had to spoil it for me. Thanks, Lucas. But if you guys want to hear Feige's exact quote, it's this. Truthfully, other than knowing we're going to work with Sony on another Spider-Man film for that year, James Gunn is committed to continuing with the Guardians at some point. It's all about Phase 3. I don't even know if it'll be called Phase 4. Things will be very different after 2019. After May of 2019. If you guys are wondering why does he mention that specific date, that's because on May 2019, that is when the Infinity War sequel will be released. So I don't know what's going on right now. Would I like to see more MCU films? Part of me does, yes, but the other part of me says, why do you want to continue after the big war that's going on? Because Infinity War with the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers going after Thanos is the thing that Marvel fans have been itching to see since Iron Man came out. It all depends what Marvel has up their sleeve. And if they come up with even better stories than what happens after Thanos is wiped out, by all means, but if they can't, I just say just leave at the end of Infinity War. In terms of trailers, we did have one awesome teaser that came out, and that was the teaser for Thor Ragnarok. This is a film I have been dying to see. And I gotta tell you guys, this teaser was everything I was hoping it would be. This movie looks like it's going to be killer because, let's face it, the Thor movies aren't as great as they could have been. I really like the first Thor. I feel like the second Thor is a bit underappreciated. I mean, there are some parts I understand why some people don't like it, but there are some parts of Thor 2 that really improve over the first Thor. But seeing what I've seen so far in the teaser for Thor Ragnarok, I could not be more excited about November. Especially after seeing Chris Hemsworth as Thor fighting the Hulk. That's gonna be the coolest thing. And every nerd out there is going to lose their shit. And that is all the movie news that we have for you guys today. Please comment and let us know below. What do you guys think of the possibility of Will Smith playing the Genie in the live-action remake of Aladdin? What do you guys think of James Gunn returning to write and direct Guardians Volume 3? And if you guys have heard it, what do you guys think of the soundtrack for Awesome Mix Volume 2? And what do you guys think of the Thor Ragnarok teaser trailer? Let us know below. If you guys enjoyed this week's movie news video, please hit that like button. I cannot stress enough how much those likes to help us out. Also, share this video with your pals and have them comment and let us know below what they think. And also subscribe to FlickDirect as we do videos every Thursday, every Sunday. And we also put up interviews with big stars, directors, the behind the scenes crew. You guys know the gig. And until next time, we will see you guys next Sunday. Have a great week, guys.